Yo guys, what's going on? I don't know if this is actually working or not. This is just a test stream. Isaac,
Yeah,
I'm gonna test stream, so tell me if it's lagging you or not.
you can test stream. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can tell at the moment, but I am in a different oh, this is weird. Okay, so I am in a different area, like different scenery, environment. As you can tell, I have come back home for roughly a week or two. The whole purpose behind that was just to go through like a trading boot camp sort of thing. So essentially, I knew what was holding me back, despite performing very well over the past month. I do believe I can perform better, and I know how to do that, which is to eliminate distractions. Now, living where I did live, or living where I do live, which is in the city, there's a lot of distractions. That being in the form of roommates, friends being in the city. There's lots happening. People always in the city, they want to hang out. So I wanted to completely get rid of that. I've come back home. It's like there's nothing here. I mean, if someone wants to hang out in the city, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit too lazy to have to go all the way into the city, knowing that I usually live there. So for the next week or two, I'm just going to stay here, focus on my trading, pretty much doing everything I have been doing, but now I can do so in a way where the quality is higher, the focus is higher. I don't have to worry about doing this or doing that as much. So that's going to be good. That's the reason why I moved back. Also, because I've realized when I do perform my best, or when I perform well in the near future, that's when I have my downfalls, because it's a big psychological thing. When you're trading really well, you get confident. You just, I don't know. You obviously, when you do well, you're going to start getting more confident. Now, the biggest part about trading is the psychology, being able to manage our emotions, not to get too greedy, but also not to be too fearful. So after a winning streak, your greed does increase. I don't care if you say it does or not, it does. So I wanted to sort of like humble myself too. So instead of, being able to sleep in that comfy bed, having access to everything I have, coffee machines, comfy bed, I'm in the city living, I decided to spin it backwards. So I performed really well. I'm coming back to my roots, so let me show you what that looks like. I gotta sort of see what I'm showing you here. This is my bed. I'm literally sleeping on a mat on the floor. Now, this isn't anything new to me. I did do this for a while. I don't know, it's just something I never thought I had to say or whatever, but I was sleeping on the floor for quite a while, for a couple months at least. For the most part, it was actually because I wanted more office space in my previous room, so I got rid of the entire bed, and I got this little mat, and this mat I can like put up against the wall to free up some space. So I've done that. I'm back on the mat. What does that mean? It means that sleep isn't going to be as comfortable. What does that mean? It means that I'm not going to be so keen to get into bed early. It means I'm not going to be so keen to stay in bed and sleep in. Why would I want to do that? Bed's not comfortable. I'm going to want to get out of there ASAP. So that's the reason why I did that. Essentially, I'm eliminating comforts. I'm going to be a little bit harder on myself in regards to sort of what I need to get done and to the quality I want to get it done. But the most important thing is the trading, That's why I'm back here, because I want to really, really dial down and focus on the trading. So, yeah, that's a little test stream here. A little bit of an update with what's actually happening. I don't know how to do any. It's a little bit different. Like, I'm on my laptop, and that's a whole nother thing. My laptop is like half broken. This shit doesn't work properly. It's just a bit slow. So what does that mean? Like, I'm not going to be able to distract myself with games or binge watch videos, or it's essentially like, it's not a pleasurable experience to sit here on this computer and try and have like a downtime. Like, it just doesn't work because the computer's too slow. So I'm trading on like a half broken laptop that doesn't even work unless it's plugged into the charger. I'm sleeping on a mat on the floor. I literally have one pillow, and my blankets is a sleeping bag. I'm back home. I got no distractions. My friends aren't around anymore. I'm definitely going to be having less fun, but that's sort of the point. I'm not here to sort of like have as much fun as possible. I'm here to get the results. So that's the whole spiel with that. I was going to sit here and do like a market analysis, do a little breakdown into like as to what I'm looking for the week, but that was planned for tomorrow. So that is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Again, quick look at the market. We have seen that initial capitulation down through 17,600, which is the level I was looking to be capitulated for quite a while. Now it looks like the market's just trending, like it's slowed down. So I'm going to have a quick look into the open interest and see what's up. Open interest is pretty much about like how many positions, how much, like pretty much if more and more people are entering positions regardless of their bias or the direction, open interest will be increasing because there's more like liquidity, there's more on the market. I can't explain it, I can't describe it to you like a book would, but essentially that's the gist of it. The more people are participating in the market, the higher the open interest will be. Now, leading up to the capitulation, you can see open interest was quite high. We were seeing open interest move to the upside more. Now, this big down move, as you can see, over the past over the span of about 3 days, we've had the capitulation. Now, look what happened here in open interest. Open interest dropped. What does that mean? If price melted and we're having less and less positions on the market, that means people are closing their positions or they've been liquidated. Now, if we see such a strong capitulation like this, it means a lot of people got liquidated. What does that mean? It means that the bias was long. That's why I've been going short, because I'm doing the opposite to what your average retail trader would like to do. And this gives me a very clear indication as to what retail was thinking. Open interest dropped as price capitulated. That's telling me that a lot of long positions were liquidated from the market. Now, how do we use this information going forward? Let's have a look at what price is actually doing. It's consolidating, very, very small movements. Open interest really isn't moving too much too. Like, we made a small move to the upside as price, I don't know, we'll go into smaller time frames, might be a bit easier to see. So here we go into the 8 hour. We can see that open interest did pick up after that initial drop, but in what direction? Look, price was going down and open interest was increasing. That tells me that people were entering short positions, which then tells me, okay, the bias obviously is short. People are looking to go short. 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital within 90 days. So if everyone's going short, what does that tell you? Like, it's not rocket science, guys. It's very basic psychology. I'm looking to go long for the pure reason most people are trying to short the market at the moment. It's not that easy. You're not going to be given these easy trades. Usually there's a bit of whipsaw action to, make people lose, to gather the liquidity for the market to make the move in the direction it wants to move. Now, for me, like, price does look weak, but with that being said, I do have a key area I'm actually very interested in if we go over to the daily. Now, I trade ICT. If you know ICT, then you kind of know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these fair value gaps. I'm not going to sit here and explain to you what a fair value gap is. Why? Because I'm not a teacher. I'm a trader. Like, I'm just showing you what I'm trading. I'm not going to teach you these things. If you do want to learn how I'm trading, please go to ICT and learn the 2022 mentorship YouTube model. That's exactly where I learn everything I'm doing now. That's the best place you can learn it, because these are concepts originated by Michael, the man himself, ICT. So there's a fair value gap here on the daily time frame, which I'm looking for price to trade into. As you can see, that would indicate a rally, a bullish move, which is opposite to what I think the rest of the market's looking for. The rest of the market's in max pain. They're scared, they want price to continue sinking. They've just seen this break of this. We're going to 10K, we're going to 8K. I don't care where Bitcoin goes. I just want to be right in the direction it goes. Yes, I do hold long-term cryptocurrencies, but that's why I day trade. It's to hedge the risk that I have holding these long-term cryptocurrencies, holding these investments, because when you're investing, it's only one side. You're only going to make money if the market is going up, right? What do you do when the market's going down? Obviously, your investments are going to lose value. So you want to hedge risk. How do you hedge risk? Well, day trading, I can long or short positions. I can literally make money as the market is dropping. And that's what I have been doing over the past couple weeks. And that's what I have been doing exceptionally well over the past month. So that's the thing. I'm not just a day trader. I do quite a bit. I use day trading as a tool to hedge my risk against my long-term investments. So, where was I going with this? That's right. Fair value gap. Going to the smaller time frames just to simmer it down. Like, where is the fair value gap? Look at that. I'm going to move this here so I can see. Now, that is a more accurate fair value gap. Let me pull this up like this. Something like this. That is a nice fair value gap. That's something I would look to catch. That's where I want to see price pull up into this week. So what does that mean? If that's where I'm looking for price to pull up into, what's my bias? I'm looking to go long. So my bias is bullish short term. The only reason why I am bullish on the short term is because I want to see price come and take out these buy stops, these buy stops, these buy stops, all these buy stops. I want to see the market get rebalanced. I want it to be an efficient market. And then I want to see price tank further. Why do I think it's going to tank further? Why not? Like, have you seen the news? It's not looking too good. I don't really see anything bullish about it. Besides this one thing, and now it's a long-term bullish play. Centralized exchanges getting absolutely destroyed because of what's been going on. So think about it logically. If your money's being held by, if your money's being taken, if you're not being given access to your money or your funds through centralized exchanges, because, you know, it's not completely trustless. Like, they have access to this and they can, look, not your keys, or what's it called? Not your keys, not your cheese, right? It's not your money because they hold the private keys or whatnot. It's a push. Like, for me, I'm seeing this whole FTX collapse, this whole thing with centralized exchanges. I'm seeing this as a push towards full decentralization in regards to, you know, what we're playing with. I think it's a positive movement because what is the point of cryptocurrency? It's to be decentralized, to be trustless, right? Isn't what's happening now a push towards that? Like, for me, it just makes sense because people are starting to open their eyes. Like, hey, we can't be holding our monies in these centralized exchanges because if shit hits the fan, they can just not give us the money. Or what happened to FTX? Who would have known that this dude was taking our money and doing what he does with it? I'm fortunate enough to have taken my funds out before everyone else got locked. So I'm really thankful for that. Thankful for putting in the time to do the research to see that this was happening, to then lead to the action of withdrawing my funds and moving my funds on chain. I trade completely on chain now. I trade on DYDX. No one is in control of my cash. There's not going to be one central entity which is going to decide whether or not I'm allowed to withdraw, whether I'm allowed to deposit, whether I'm allowed to even have an account. It's completely decentralized. Now, don't get me wrong. That's not the grail. That's not the best thing. This is the best next option because DeFi, again, is risky. There's a lot of security risks. There's a lot of shit happening in that regard. So, look, in the end of the day, I would personally rather have my funds at the moment in a cold wallet, in a ledger, which I do have here. If you don't have one, go get one. If you just hold cryptocurrency, it doesn't need to be a lot because that's all subjective, right? So get yourself a cold wallet, put your funds in here, hold them there. So I use the ledger, but I also have my funds on DYDX. Not too much. I am going to increase my my trading account. I probably do have another $2,300, which I'm going to load in tomorrow. That'll bring my account to a total of, roughly upwards of 5k Australian dollars. So that's going to be very interesting to play with, seeing my results over the past month. Really keen, looking forward to it. Honestly, nothing changes. My plan stays the same. My days stay the same. Literally nothing changes. So that's a little update, I guess. Like, I've moved back home for a week or two to focus on my trading, to focus on my psychology. Like, I have weak points I want to focus on. That's my focus and my distractions. I've moved home to sort of battle my weaknesses, to do that deep, that inner work that's required to, perform your best. Then, on top of that, I'm going to be adding funds to my trading account because I literally have I have dormant USDC just sitting there doing nothing. I'm not earning yield on it. It's not invested. It's literally just sitting there in my MetaMask. So I'm gonna add that to my trading account so that I can actually do something with the money. And yeah, like I said, everything stays the same. I'm still gonna be doing my videos. I'm still gonna be putting out content. It's just gonna be from the space of home. So that's it. That's it for this little test stream. I'm pretty keen to see how this goes because my internet in the city is much faster than it is here. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna end the stream here. Enjoy your Sunday night, guys. I'll be putting out some content tonight, and I will catch you